Good morning, job seekers, and welcome to Lucas County, Ohio Means Jobs, Jobs in the 419. I'm thinking we've got just a few more weeks till the end of the year, and it's going to be that time of year when we start thinking about New Year's resolutions and perhaps maybe even a career change. What I wanted to introduce you to today was the possibility of maybe a new service that we have. It's not really new, but it could be new to you, called career services. Sometimes basic services may not be enough to assist you on your next journey or your adventure with a career, but we do have an individualized service called career services. And we have flyers and things here at the resource room that you might have seen, but maybe didn't really entertain the idea of possibly making a phone call and learning more about it. But this is for individuals that might need a little bit more support in their job search. We talk about having over 100 in-demand occupations, and really that's quite a significant number. And then you might think to yourself, well, where do I really fit into this occupational world? Where is my niche? Well, this is where career exploration and career counseling can take place for those individuals who might be a little indecisive on where they want to go next. So you can contact us at the 419-213-5627 number to determine whether or not this is going to be a great fit for you. They will work on an individual employment plan. There will be a little bit of a deeper dive into the labor exchange to do some research and such. And hopefully, maybe training could be in the air, and you might have to think about going into some other in-demand occupation training, or perhaps maybe just applying for a job might be the next move. So having this additional support might be beneficial and help you on your next journey. And this might fit into one of those New Year resolutions that you have on the plate. So give us a call at 419-213-5627. Now, we do have some hot jobs that we want to talk about. And as usual, we do post these jobs. They come out every Friday. That's called our labor exchange. And we have a number of positions that we're seeing. I mean, it seems like the list is growing, and there are new employers being added on a regular basis. So, if you haven't introduced yourself to this, you might want to take the time to check it out. So, there are directions here on the screen that demonstrate, how to research and get to that information. But what I want to talk about today is a delivery driver position, and this is for a distribution center, and it's for an electrical company. They do the distribution of electrical parts, and this is going to be a person who will be a delivery driver. They're going to need to interact with customers on a daily basis while they're doing these deliveries. And they're also going to be able to load and unload their truck. I mean, when you are given instructions on your delivery schedule, you'll have to load it accordingly. You're also going to have to be able to identify information according to invoicing and bill of lading so that you can compare, making sure that things are getting onto the truck accordingly for each customer. And then there's also going to be an ongoing need to keep the warehouse clean. So in addition to being a driver, if you're not out on the road, you may be working in the warehouse. Now, it's going to be important to keep daily log books so that you can demonstrate your activity and if there's been any incidences along the way that might need correction. But one of the things that they cite, actually there's multiple things that they cite, some competencies that they would like for you to possess would be excellent customer service, a person who's very result-oriented, being accountable and responsible, and then also working in a team and collaborating with others. Paramount is going to be safety conscientiousness because you are going to be out driving around. Now, when you think about experience, this is an entry-level position, so a high school diploma or GED equivalent is what they're recommending. They also say that upon driving into the business, so to speak, you're going to need to have a driver's license, like a chauffeur license. They would prefer to maybe have a Class B if that's possible. Now, someone's going to have to pass the DOT exam, and they are going to have to obtain a one-year card with the DOT. Some other types of skills that they're looking at are going to be analytical and computer skills. We're seeing more and more of this, people, so do not be paranoid of using the computer. We want you to be able to assess those skills here so that you can feel comfortable when applying for these jobs and know what your capabilities are. In addition to the computer skills is going to be organizational skills, and then as well as the ability to communicate. So that could be in writing or it can be verbally. But nonetheless, I think this could be an excellent opportunity for someone who likes to be in and out of the office, on the road, have some different locations and have that customer interaction. So please look at the number below and make application. We do have an opportunity for someone to deal with quality and warranties. Now, I don't know if you've ever been approached by these at a particular retailer here in our community, but this is not a retailer. This is a major company that is offering this opportunity, and they're calling it a quality and warranty intern. And here's that term again. This particular individual plays a key role within the quality and warranty department, and their primary role is going to have customer interaction and also serve as a pipeline for future full-time opportunities in the organization by establishing relationships with customers and then also being able to outline the service delivery to those customers. It's important for people to know that, we stand behind a product, right? And this organization is looking for that person who can reach out to the customer and fulfill that mission. So this is going to be a position in Ohio, in Maumee. It's full-time, and there's also part-time internships available. And obviously, there's going to be a lot of customer interaction and hopefully customer satisfaction. But you're going to be able to, get information and process not only the warranty, but the warranty claims that might come in. And then also, there's going to be a need to manage a request for service department and parts and things of this nature that you may have to put into the computer. So if a warranty does come in and there's a claim, you will need to be able to communicate the need for extra parts and things of this nature. So like I said, this is an intern position. It's ground level coming in. Great organization to work for. And they've been around for quite a number of years here in our community. So pay attention to the bottom of the screen for the number so you can identify some additional details of this position. We have a parts support specialist. This is another company that deals with elevators and escalators and moving walks for people to transport on. You might have seen them, you see them in the department store, obviously in public buildings and so forth, where they have different types of moving walkways. And so this is going to be for someone that is going to be able to handle incoming phone calls. So for example, if something malfunctions in a building, there's going to be a maintenance call. It's going to be this person's responsibility to be able to take in the call, establish a ticket request, and do some sort of emailing and inquiries between the customer and, let's say, the maintenance departments. So this is a very important function. It's something that's going to need to be done in a timely manner because we just might not be able to do with some of these devices to get around on. So the collaborations can be important between the service operations and the facility repair people. And you're going to need to be able to provide accurate and complete information as far as, exactly what's happening on the scene and be very proactive. So this particular position is looking for someone who may have an associate's degree, 3 to 5 years of functional experience in the discipline of supply chain or customer service. Now, they're also looking for 3 to 5 years in system application products as well as enterprise resource planning. And not to mention again, but the Microsoft Office suite, they're looking for experience there as well. There is definitely a very competitive benefit package with this position. And just to highlight something that some people look forward to is a 3-week vacation, which increases with tenure. There's 7 6 days and 3 floating holidays and 8 company observed holidays. So put that on your calendar and see how that works. There's also tuition reimbursement, which is eligible only 6 months after you get hired. So I think that's pretty quick. And then also there's other different types of benefits that I think you might want to dive into and research here that I think can make this look like a very attractive opportunity. Again, check the number at the bottom of the screen. We do have a warehouse position, which is second shift, and this is in the shipping and receiving area. And this is for someone who's going to have to meet the needs of the customers, both internally in the organization and externally. Uh, this, the types of duties here that they're outlining are not limited to the following. So obviously there's quite a few more than I might mention. But pulling of product per customer requirements, preparing pulled product for shipments to the customer, processing any inbound shipments for appropriate storage, and then also cycle counting. So you're going to be doing like physical inventories. This is also going to be an opportunity for someone to use forklifts and possibly do some other types of retrieval systems as far as automated storage and retrieval systems. They're talking about here where some of the product, though, might need to be lifted up to 50 feet off of the ground. So if you have experience using forklifts or this type of a lift, this would definitely be an asset. Now, there's going to be a need, again, for utilizing the computer because there's going to have to be information put in about the bill of ladings, any types of package manifests, or any PC-type applications. So please be sure to check out this requirement because this is something where it seems like it's a very detailed-oriented position, and you want to be sure that you possess those types of skills for this employer. The requirements are going to be a high school graduate, the ability to operate various types of forklifts, the ability to use measuring devices and tape measurers, and then be able to read and interpret the English language and instructions. But the computer experience is definitely a plus. We're talking about 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. And there's overtime on the weekends that can possibly be scheduled and maybe on a voluntary or mandatory basis. So be prepared for something like that. There's also some physical requirements and demands of the jobs that you might need to be able to lift up to 50 pounds. So that concludes some of the jobs that we have. So make sure you check out that warehouse job, the number that's at the bottom of the screen. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is with winter here, we have experienced some need in our community, have what we call winter warming centers. So we do have a list of centers that have been identified in our community: the Frederick Douglass Community Association, the East Toledo Family Center, St. Paul's Community Center Winter Crisis Program, St. Paul's Church, and the Beach House. These are places where there have been centers that have been established. Now we're going to, show this to you on the screen so you can see the locations and addresses, but also another key way to identify where the warming stations would be, because there could be several more that have been identified as we futuristically move into our colder weather, by calling 211. So this might be a helpful resource for you as well for not only that, but other needs that you may have. We also want to bring up our calendar of events. Now, as we're moving here into the holidays, we're closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day here at the shared campus, as well as New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So hopefully everyone will enjoy that time with their family and have a safe holiday season. We will be at the library on the 22nd, which is Sanger Branch Library, in case anybody wants to stop by and check us out there. So I want to be sure that you put that down, and then the Mott Branch Library on the 15th. So this will be a chance for you to get with our outreach specialist just before the close of the holiday season if you want to tap into some jobs and maybe get that resume redefined so that you can apply for some positions. Now make sure that you check out our calendar on all of our social media so that you can see what's going on, and we'll have some new and exciting things happening in the new year because we're ready to turn the corner here with that new year. Also, just a reminder about the workshops. We have our resume writing on Tuesdays at 10:30, soft skills on Wednesdays at 10:30, and obviously interviewing at 10:30 on Thursdays. But remember, these holidays are focused now on Wednesdays and Thursdays coming up. So if you have a chance to squeeze anything in or you need some special assistance, please call us at the 419-213-5627 number so that we can get you some individualized help if necessary. Because, time waits for no one, and you want to get those resumes in if you want to make application for a job. So I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks down the road. We're going to have a little bit of a vacation here at OhioMeansJobs, Jobs in the 419. And we're going to see you next year with having a few of our guest speakers come in to highlight some of the adventures that they've been on and how services have been beneficial for them here at the Ohio Means Jobs Center. And once again, I want to wish a happy holiday from all the staff here at Ohio Means Jobs Lucas County to you and your family. And hopefully that you have time with your friends and relatives and have a safe holiday season. Thank you for joining us, and happy job hunting.